Imagine a man so feared that his name sent shivers down the spines of the police. A man who controlled an entire city streets and had even law enforcement at his mercy. This is the story of Lawrence Anini, a criminal mastermind whose reign of terror in Nigeria made him a legend of infamy. But how did he rise to such power, and what led to his dramatic fall? Stick with me as we unravel his chilling tale. Lawrence Anini was born in 1960 in a small village in Edo State, Nigeria. He grew up in poverty, surrounded by struggles that shaped his early life. Known for his charm and wit as a child, he dreamed of escaping his circumstances. Like many young men in his situation, Anini sought opportunity in the bustling streets of Benin City. There, he worked as a taxi driver, a seemingly ordinary job. But the chaotic environment of Benin City in the 1980s, a place riddled with corruption, poverty, and weak law enforcement, soon became a breeding ground for criminal activity, and Anini found himself drawn into its dark underworld. Initially, Anini started small, using his driving skills to assist criminals in escaping after their heists. His ability to navigate the city's unpredictable streets made him a valuable asset. Over time, however, he transitioned from being a driver to becoming a full-fledged participant in armed robberies. It wasn't long before his name began to circulate among the criminal elite and his ambition grew. By the mid-1980s, Anini had formed his own gang, recruiting close allies like Monday Osunbo and a group of fearless, ruthless criminals. This gang became one of the most dangerous in Nigeria, targeting banks, hijacking vehicles, and even attacking police stations. Anini's gang was not just feared for their brutality, they were also cunning. By bribing police officers, they secured inside information, making it nearly impossible for the authorities to catch them. This corrupt network extended Anini's reach, allowing him to carry out daring operations with precision. One of the most infamous moments in Anini's career was when he and his gang robbed a bank and, in a bizarre twist, threw money into the streets for bystanders to collect. This act earned him a kind of Robin Hood reputation among the poor, who saw him as a man fighting against the oppressive system. However, Anini's actions were far from heroic. His gang left a trail of violence, and his motives were driven by personal gain rather than a desire to help the disadvantaged. As Anini's reign of terror escalated, so did the government's efforts to bring him down. By 1986, his crimes had become too blatant to ignore, and the Nigerian government launched a massive crackdown. Anini became the most wanted man in the country. Yet, instead of running or hiding, he fought back. His gang launched coordinated attacks on police officers, killing many and stealing their weapons. It was said that Anini moved like a ghost, always one step ahead of the authorities. The media began to call him the Law, reflecting his terrifying control over the streets. But even the most cunning criminal can't evade capture forever. Anini's downfall began with betrayal. His closest ally, Monday Osunbo, was captured during a police raid. Facing severe consequences, Osunbo revealed critical information about Anini's hideouts and operations. Armed with this intelligence, the police intensified their hunt. On December 3rd, 1986, Lawrence Anini's luck ran out. In a dramatic raid, the police tracked him to a house in Benin City. He was shot in the leg while trying to escape and was finally arrested. His capture marked the end of a reign of terror that had lasted for years. The trial that followed was one of the most sensational in Nigerian history. Anini shocked the nation when he exposed the names of police officers who had been aiding him. His revelations unveiled the deep corruption within the law enforcement system, causing a nationwide uproar. Despite these revelations, Anini's fate was sealed. In March 1987, Lawrence Anini was sentenced to death by firing squad. His execution was a public event, with crowds gathering to witness the end of a man who had terrorized their streets. As the shots rang out, it was not just the life of a criminal that ended, but also a dark chapter in Nigeria's history. Lawrence Anini's story remains one of the most infamous in Nigeria's history, a chilling reminder of how crime and corruption can thrive when systems fail. His tale is not just about lawlessness, but also about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the consequences of turning to violence as a means of survival. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more tales of African myths, legends, and infamous figures. Let me know in the comments. Do you think someone like Anini could rise to power in today's world?